In today's video, I only have 24 hours to make a pair of custom shoes Minecraft theme. Hey guys, so today I have a very special custom to do. They are a gift for my nephew. I'm going to be doing a Minecraft theme. It's going to be a big job. I only have 2 days to do them so that I can ship them on time so that he has them for his birthday. But yeah, let's do these in 48 hours. So as you can see, this is my initial design that I came up with. I knew I wanted something pixelated. I knew I wanted to use the Minecraft logo and which colors I might be using, but this was more of a guideline and I was just gonna go with the flow based off that. So to start, obviously I have to remove these laces, get them out of the way because I don't want to be getting any paint on them. I want to keep them white, so they need to be out of the way. So now we're moving on to prepping the shoes. I always use acetone to prep my shoes. This removes any of the factory finish before applying paint, and if you don't include this step, then the paint won't be as durable as you'd probably like. So I always remember to include this step. Moving on, I don't know if you remember the design, but I decided I wanted to put like a pixel swoosh along the side, and in order to do this, I've had to remove the existing swoosh that is on the shoes. And this is how they looked after I removed that outer swoosh. I did decide to keep the one on the inside because it just wasn't necessary for the design, and again, I only had 24 hours to do these, so I didn't want to overwhelm myself. Next, I had to tape up the shoes using masking tape and a scalpel. Here I'm just placing the masking tape where I don't want paint to go on because I will be airbrushing. Okay, so right now it's 4 p.m. and I have only taped one shoe. So I may have to rethink about my design, but I do want to like make all of this pixelated, like a pixelated gradient. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I think that's the only way to make it Minecraft enough. Okay, so the shoes have been taped up. The front is blue and the back is green. So it's going to be a light green, light blue. And then I found this image on Google. I'm going to cut out the stencil of this, and this is going to be like here, and then it will fade into here. And the same with the other way. It's hard to explain, but I'm just going to do it and see what happens, really. I had to figure out what I was going to be doing with the stencil before I laid the first colour. So here I'm just figuring out where I'm going to put the stencil and then which colours I will apply first and then after. I also had to figure out how big I wanted the stencil to be compared to the shoes. As it's a small size, the stencil has to be small as well. Also, when I'm making my stencils, I try to get everything that I want to use a stencil for onto the same sheet and it printed at the same time so that I'm not wasting stencil material and so that I just have all the stencils printed out already, basically. And this is the machine that I use to cut out all my stencils. It's my trusty Cricut. It does all the stencil work for me. But yeah, I'll have everything linked in my Amazon storefront if anybody wants to have a look. It's probably going to take a long time because there's a lot to cut out. So whilst that's doing that, I'm going to put the base colours down onto the shoes with my airbrush. I think I have to do darker. So paint them a darker blue and green. And then when I put the stencil on, paint a lighter blue and green, if I'm thinking correctly. So then it will fade into lighter on each end. So I don't want it to fade darker. I think light is better. I'm gonna start crazy, guys. After all that thinking, which gave me a headache, I decided to do the base coat with light blue at the toe and then dark green at the heel. Now is a good time to admit I have never played Minecraft before, unfortunately. I didn't have time to conduct some market research before making the custom. All that I know is, off the bat, is it's a game that is like a world and it's made out of pixels. That's it. So please keep that in mind when you see the outcome of this custom. Thank you. So as you can see, I'm just placing the stencil onto the shoes. So the stencil is there to cover the blue underneath and that green underneath. So then when I apply a different shade of blue, that will be revealed afterwards. I'm not sure if I'm making much sense, but as the video goes on, you'll probably understand what I'm talking about. So then I had to do the same with the stencils on all 4 sides of both shoes. And then I just applied the lighter green to the back end and then the darker blue to the front. When I do stencil work like this, I'm itching to take off the stencil after I've painted it because I just want to see if it looks good or not. And in this case, I just wanted to get that stencil off. I wanted to see what it looked like. I wanted to see if what I thought in my head was gonna happen onto the shoe or not. And when I took it off, oh my gosh, I was so happy. This looks great. Like, this is exactly what I wanted it to look like as well. The green faded into the blue. It just looks so nice. From here, I just had to remove this section of masking tape so that I could apply the pixelated swoosh stencil. Luckily, I was only doing 2 of them, so that shouldn't take too long. Okay, so this is where I am up to. It's currently 7 p.m. It's starting to get dark, so I need to go home. But to be fair, all I have left to do is add the pixelated swoosh onto the side, which I have here. I'm glad I've got this far. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. It is currently 10:07 and I need to get these done before, I think the last postage is around 5. Yesterday when I said I had 48 hours, that was wrong. I started at 3 p.m. and I basically need to have these done by 3 p.m. So I actually have like 24 hours, which I'm making good progress. I think I should have them done in the next few hours, but next thing I have to do is put these swooshes on. So here I'm basically just using transfer tape to get the stencil from there onto the shoe. Sometimes it's kind of hard for it to stick to the shoe, so here I'm just taking my time and making sure it's all stuck down properly. And then once I've got all my stencils put down, I make sure to tape up all the places I don't want this black paint to get onto. As you can see, it's all the pixelated area. So if I was to get black paint on that, I would not be very happy and it would put my timescale in jeopardy. I was so eager to get these stencils done because once these were done, I could take off all the masking tape and see all my work like taking shape. And it just gives me that little extra push. When I can see the finish line in the distance, I'm just ready to just get there now. This is them with all the tape removed. Don't they look great? Now I'm going to put you on some free game. This website is called The Font, and any kind of font that I want, I can just type it into the little search bar and download it. In this case, I wanted to put my nephew's name on the heel tab, and I wanted it to be a pixelated font because that's what Minecraft's all about, right? So then I just imported that into Procreate and can write my nephew's name and make a stencil out of it. As you can see, I did add that little Minecraft face logo to the back as well, which I think looks lovely. And then from there, all I had to do was paint the outline of these swooshes black and I was basically done. The shoes just needed a lovely matte finish, which I like to do on all my customs. And then I just had to lace them up and job was done. So I finally finished the shoes and here they are. I'm so happy with how these came out. Took a lot of brain power, but they've come out really well. I put his name on the back and yeah. What time is it now? It is 3:20, so these literally took 24 hours to do and I'm really happy with how they came out. You guys let me know what you think. If you want any tips or tricks or any other videos you think I should do, let me know, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.